In general, right, you probably, if you have any sort of lab course, right, you're probably saying, okay, I want the students to read the lab manual before they come to lab. And of course, if they do, they're going to be better prepared for lab if they've read through material and know what they're supposed to be doing. But the problem with group work happens if, what if one lab partner reads it and one doesn't? All right, well, then they're starting off on an unequal footing right to begin with, right? And so, so one student is ready and getting started in lab and probably doing the majority of the work, while their lab partner, if they didn't do the reading, maybe they want to help, maybe they're not, intentionally being a bad partner. They're trying to play catch up, trying to figure out what's going on in the lab, trying to skim through and see what's going on. Or, worst case scenario, they really don't care about being a good partner. That of course could happen too. But either case, intentional or not, they're probably not going to be contributing equal work to the lab because they're going to be trying to play catch up. So something I'm sure a lot of you do already, but if you're not, I suggest doing some sort of pre-lab assignment, or it could be a pre-lab quiz. Some people prefer doing just a quiz at the beginning of lab, but something that makes them read through the material and prepare. And it should be graded, in my opinion, right? There needs to be a real incentive. If you just say, oh, we have these questions and turn them in, but you don't grade them, students aren't incentivized to do it. And that grade, it should make up a small, I would say, but significant portion of the lab grade. For us, it's 10%, but I've heard of people having significantly higher, up to 20, 25% even, depending on how elaborate the pre-lab assignment is, but something that makes them, sit down and look at the material before they walk in the lab door. In my opinion, I think it's fine if the questions are easy, but easy if they've read the manual, but maybe almost impossible to get right if they haven't read it, right? If you're just trying to encourage them to look over things. Now, that's if that's the only purpose of your pre-lab. I'm not saying that more elaborate pre-lab activities aren't appropriate, right? If you have something that you really want the students to understand and have ready to go for lab, it might be harder and take more time. But if all you're trying to do is just make sure they've read through the material ahead of time, something that maybe take, 2 or 3 fairly simple questions that takes them nowhere like 10, 15 minutes to do, I think is sufficient for that case.